So let's talk about this record that we was talking about
At
because
7-9, they all looking at me like, man, this man jinxed us, man. He said we was gonna struggle to win 8 games, man. We got to spit that. And we gotta go play the Commanders, man.
right. So Trey, we what Smitty was talking about is Saquon got the record. He got 2,000 rushing yards. He's 1-on-1 away from breaking Eric Dixon's record. So I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna ask Smitty, and I want everyone in the chat to answer this as well. Should the players rest or start?
All right, so I'm gonna give you two answers.
Go ahead.
The football player in me wants Saquon to go get that record, man. The football player in me, but the Eagles fan in me, nah, I don't think it's worth it. If it was me, honestly, I'll give all of my starters the first half. If he can't break it in the first half, then it is what it is. I'll give him the first and second quarter, especially because of the Giants. If they weren't playing the Giants, it wouldn't be as sweet. But if he could get that record on the Giants, the team he just left last year, that threw him to the dirt, that threw me to the dirt. Yeah, no, I'm letting him go get that joint. I'll give him 2 quarters, and I'm giving him the ball 15 times, 15, 20 times in 2 quarters. Go get that record, get out, get your rest, because we got some work to do. Oh yeah, no, if me, the player in me, go get it. You worked hard all year for that. Go get it. The Eagles fan in me, I don't want to risk the injury of it. So I mean, that's why I say I'll give y'all two answers.
But what about as a coach before I pass it to Smitty? As the coach, what would you do as a
As a
coach?
coach, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it as a coach. Yeah, I'm not doing it as a coach. I'm not gonna lie. Saquon Barkley kind of previous before us has an injury history. You don't want to risk that. He's been relatively healthy through this season. And as a coach, I wouldn't do it. But I also would go talk to my player, like, bro, this something you really want? And then we'll negotiate from there. But honestly, me as a coach, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't risk it.
Right. Go ahead, Smitty.
Because if you play Saquon, you're gonna have to play everybody else.
Right.
You
Right.
All right,
Go ahead,
so
Smitty.
as a coach, I'm letting the players. I'm almost letting the players decide, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm taking it to the guys that it matters to the most. It don't matter. Think about this: when Nick Sirianni lead the Philadelphia Eagles at some point in his career, he's not going to be remembered for the coach that coached the player that broke the record. But you know who is going to be remembered? Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata. That all because guess what? If you're a real football, you talk real football. The first thing that come up when you bring up a guy like Adrian Peterson, they be like, man, his offensive line was trash. Then you start naming the offensive line, you start being like, yeah, they was buns. With Saquon, when you start talking about it, they're gonna be like, man, that Eagles team had a slew of running backs that ran behind that offensive line that went great. So I'm going to those guys. I'm going to the offensive line. I'm going to Saquon. I'm going to AJ Smitty. If Jalen Hurts is back, I'm having a conversation with all those guys, and I'm pretty sure because of who it is, me as an Eagle fan, I want him to get it. You know what I mean? I want him to slaughter the Giants because you didn't give him an opportunity, you know what I mean, 3 years in a row to really get his bread. He had to go somewhere else to get the bread. He had to come be with us. And now sitting at a situation where the fans low-key trying to like look at it from a perspective of like, oh, it's whatever. It don't really hurt us that he come here. Yes, it did. Yes.
Right.
Getting that broke on your back, that hurts. It's no way Joe Shane and Jim Murrow gonna sit up there in that press box and watch that game, and every time they look up, and he got 30 yards, and he got 50, and he got 70. Man, he really finna break this on us, man. You dummy, you ain't Pam. You let him get. He got 80. See, and then he got a 60-yard touchdown. Timeout. It's gonna hurt them, man. I think ultimately that's what I need, bro. That's because listen, that's how I
for
want
him to do it on the Giants, bro. For him to do it on the Giants, though, that'd be crazy. The team that They basically said he washed up, and the dude rushed for 2,000 yards this season and break Eric Dickerson record. I would love for him to do it on the Giants. But also, man, we getting ready for the playoffs too. We playing for nothing for real. This game doesn't mean anything. So, but I don't know. It's really like 50-50 with me.
Right. And for me, part of me don't want him to because you never know in this league. The Giants might try to make sure Saquon gets, because they might do some sturdy stuff. You're going to try to do the record on us?
I think they respect him too much, bro.
Right.
I was having that conversation with some Eagles earlier. He got too many friends over there in that organization for anybody to do something dirty to him.
Right.
I think they'll play hard, but did you hear what he said? Somebody Sexy Dexy already called him.
Yeah.
And said, "Hey man, you ain't got to break it next week."
Exactly. So for me, go get this record, man. I will give him a half. Like, now that would mean Jalen freaking Hurts would play. That would mean the offensive line would play. That would mean basically all the starters would play. I would give him a half. Break this record before halftime, and then the second half you all rest. Because we ain't
the only team that's clinched that said they're not sitting their starter. So I mean, that door is open, man. There's a few teams
that and the fact that, and to be honest with you, I want them to start because if Jalen Hurts plays, which we'll gotta see later this week, but if he does play, we don't want him to be rust and sit down for 2 games and come back in the playoffs. So I would start him for a half, get this record, and sit everybody down at halftime. So
there's a few teams that stay playing all the way through, man. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the way Nick was talking about it, he said he would discuss it with his players first.
Yeah, because none of the players was in the building. Because according to Giuliani, everybody had a day off.
He said when they come back, he'll sit down with them, and then they'll come to a plan. So I think I think he's gonna do exactly what we asked, man. He's gonna go to them. It's gonna be pretty much a Saquon and the leaders of the offense kind of decision.
Right.
And I respect that though. You shouldn't take it out of the guys you put the leadership role in their hand, man. You got to give them an opportunity to make those decisions too. Even though you're the head coach, they fall back on you. When they come out and be like, "Man, we made that decision. We made that call. We wanted to be out there. We wanted to get that record." It's a record for not only Saquon but for this offense. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And Jordan Mailata did say, and Lane did say they want to break this record for Saquon. So, but just know after when they do it, sit on the bench, man, because I got bigger goals to worry about other than some record. Even though it would be cool, but we got other goals to work on.